I find it a little interesting that so many people seem to wonder how much silver they should try and own, as if there's like a point you get to in which you've just achieved silver stacking status. I don't really understand why there would be a set goal, just because it really depends on what your financial situation is, how much money you can afford to spend. But it makes me think that these people are probably trying to prepare for something. That was a lot of peas. But they probably are hoping that either A, and this is the big one, that silver is about to explode in price. So they want to know how much silver should I own to get rich, which the answer is that's not going to happen. Silver does not make you rich. You're either rich and then you start silver stacking, or you're just the rest of us. That is the truth of life. I have other videos on this, and I will link one in the comments if you want to get a little bit of a further breakdown of the last 20 years of silver prices. But beyond that, the only other reason I can imagine someone asking this is that they're worried that there's going to be an economic collapse situation and they need silver to get through it. So they're wondering, how much silver should I own for when things, hit the fan, if you will, and basically how much am I going to need to get through that situation? Which to that I would say I have no idea. You can click off the video if that's what you're wondering, because obviously I've never lived through an economic collapse and I don't think anyone watching this video has either. So to even try and pretend like you could understand what the new scale of economy would be after a full-on nationwide or global reset of the economy, you are literally lying to yourself and the world. Like, seriously, nobody knows what's going to happen. And I'm not even going to try and pretend. All I'm going to say is that I hope you're stacking a lot more than silver, like maybe some ammo, some non perishables, so you can actually survive, instead of being the guy who has all the wealth hoarded up and is now an easy target. And with that out of the way, I now want to start getting into the idea of how much silver should an average person try and stack, because I do understand that people don't know necessarily what percentage of their income to put to silver, or like how much of their portfolio should be diversified into silver. And I'm not going to pretend like I can tell you a perfect answer to those things, because obviously I'm not a financial expert. So all I can really say is that you never want to be in a situation in which you're overextending yourself, and even if that means underextending yourself, that's okay. If you purchase a little less silver this month because you're not sure about things, and then next month you have extra to spend, even if the price went up and you can't get as good of a deal, your financial security and having the money you need, which I know silver's real money, I understand that, but you can't go to a convenience store and spend it now, can you? So having actual cash in hand or having money in your bank account, that is always goal number one, obviously. And silver has to be on the back burner if you don't have that. I myself am not in a great situation right now, and I can't focus on buying silver. That's why you see the same exact stuff in every single video, because I just show what I have. So with that in mind, that has to be goal number one, obviously. And then beyond that, it really just comes down to how much extra income you have each month and how much of that you can part ways with to put towards silver. Now, I know that it looks different for everybody, so that's why I say there's no perfect amount of silver to stack, because let's imagine that a couple years ago you were in a situation where you were making 200 extra dollars a month. So like out of all the money you made in a month, you had $200 at the end of that month that didn't have to go towards immediate expenses, that you could either choose to save or choose to spend on things. And you decide, I'm going to put 10% of that into silver, so $20 a month. That's pretty reasonable, I would say. And then let's say in 2 years, things have gone really well in your life, and now you have an extra $2,000 a month to spend. That doesn't mean that you just keep on putting $20 into silver because you were stacking the right amount before. Whatever's the right amount for you depends on your financial situation. And I don't want to keep beating a point to death, because that's really all there is to say about it. Whatever's right for you is all based on what you can do to keep yourself still financially secure in every other facet of your life, and also get the most silver possible for your money at that time.